Good afternoon. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professional IGP. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professional IGP. Thank you all for joining us and staying with us till the end. Honorable Knowledge Seeker, today I am your host for the afternoon. My name is Badhun Das. I am from Bangladesh. Dear Knowledge Seeker, I am proud to be associated with IGP. IGP is a social and certified international educational and training institute. In last 3 years, we already served 35 million plus knowledge seekers from 100 plus countries. IGP is internationally recognized and globally accredited. We are connected to more than 450 plus profession and 4,500 plus organization. In Institute of Global Professional is an education institute that provides social work globally recognized and reportable. We serve student and community resource providing holistic social work and education. We believe that it's not effective training is one skill just by offering formal education. So we provide effective training and consultation to generate proficient generation all over the world. We distribute our services locally, nationally, internationally to student, job seeker, job holder, and also for learner, the respective campus location and distance learning platform. We are an occupational and dependable institute. IGP is one of the famous online institute from all over the world. Our vision is education is not a business product; it's a part of our human rights. Based on our vision, we are trying to reach all corner of the world for free webinars, seminar courses, award quiz competition, mentoring, and counseling, etc. On the other side, we are also trying to offer more than 100 premium services for free, like your own portfolio website, resume builder, cover letter, motivation letter, and all knowledge platform for gathering general knowledge, which can upgrade all day. Kids learning game website, free course, convert sites, and many more. We help to empower you to learn to meet their expectation and dream and become highly skilled people. We implement several training program, webinar, and offline online courses for youth and learner by professional trainers, speaker, and coaches. Our sessions are conducted by globally renowned professionals to develop all kind of youth and to promote the education of their abilities and personalities. Spreading knowledge is crucial for the Institute of Global Professional. We believe that knowledge is love, light, and vision. So we try to understand the needs of today's generation and will serve them with good research and practice method. We must have a genuine concern for the learner represent more diversity, growth, and innovation are required to lead a session with professionalism, passion, and integrity. IGP members are committed to offering effective best quality service and continual improvement so that individuals who seek information can improve their skill level and value. Before we move to the next, let me remind, don't forget to share, tag, and mention your friend in the comment box. Your support is very valuable for us. Thank you. Before we move to the next, let me remind, don't forget to share, tag, and mention your friend in the comment box. Your support is very valuable for us. Thank you. Dear RGB speaker, participant, and well wisher, at this moment, this is a very important message for you all. We change and design our website www.eduigp.com. On this website, we have surprise for everyone. Hope you will be benefited. We already launched our new website where you can find all our previous activities together with lots of new features. But one strong point is that without an account or login, you cannot enjoy our services. So create your account for once with profile information. Note that with profile information, you will enjoy all features. With mismatched data, you cannot do anything here. From now on, you have to participate in live quiz competition on our website. We replace slide. You have to join directly on our website. Now you can check all of our previous webinars with verified e-certificate. Now it's easier and time limited because after the session, we will not provide you any code for certification. You have to take part in one. After that, if you pass, you will receive your certificate. Otherwise, not. But you can take part in an exam unlimited till you pass. If you are an IGP speaker, you can download all your previous certificate, speakership certificate. If you are a host of IGP, you can download the certificate of gratitude. If you are an online live quiz competition winner, you can download a certificate of participation. If you're selected for a lifetime membership, then you can download a certificate of lifetime membership easily. Besides this, if you participate in any award function which organizes comments about with IGP, you can download that also. You can instantly prepare and download 18 types of missing certificate from our website within a minute. Certificate of global professional membership, certificate of global influence in the pandemic, certificate of active knowledge seeker, certificate of IGP now saying I'm 2020, 2021 and 2022 certificate of participation webinar series 1 authentic assessment in teaching learning, certificate of participation webinar series 2 teacher English as a foreign language and assessment, certificate of participation webinar series 3 digital classroom engagement 2, certificate of participation webinar series for the new training in education, certificate of participation webinar series 5 upskill leadership and managerial skills, certificate of participation webinar series 6 Trend and innovation in mathematics education. Certificate of participation webinar series 7. Research comprehension approach. Certificate of participation webinar series 8. Art in special program in the art. Certificate of participation webinar series 9. 21st century Turing teaching mathematics. Certificate of Ajib corporate and business. Certificate of Ajib campus ambassador, which you can prepare and download within a minute. From now on, you can participate in 1000 plus international level quiz with verified certificate. Teaching tips for teacher, health tips for parents, health education tools for teacher. You can join IGP alumni. You can check out our prepared services website for free and many more. Dear IGP well-wisher, we promised previously, but lack of technical problem, we are late sending you on time. This is a great opportunity to collect your previous condition. We solved all issue from our website. Now you can enroll, reset password, everything. You can check your report for all website details. It's a cordial request to check all button and pages on our website. You like us will be benefited. Thank you, but note that without an account or login, you cannot enjoy our services. Now, very important moment for me to invite our speaker to IGP with her presentation. Now, very important moment for me to invite our speaker to IGP with her presentation. Hello, ma'am. Good afternoon. Ma'am, I can't hear you. Ma'am, please check your sound system. I can't hear you. Raise your volume, ma'am, or check that your mic is mute or not. If your mic is mute, I can't hear you. Please unmute your mic and raise your volume. Hello, ma'am. Hello, ma'am. Ma'am, can you hear me? Please say something if you hear me. Ma'am, I can't hear you, ma'am. Ma'am, I can't hear you. Can you hear me, ma'am? Ma'am, please check your volume. I can't hear you, ma'am. Ma'am, if you please join with another device. I think there is some issue with your device. Please join with us with your mobile or other device because we can't hear you, ma'am.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am. Now you are audible. Ma'am, do you have a presentation? Ma'am, please
Can you,
unmute device. You put device. Yes, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Please
can
do
you
you have a.
now hear, can you now hear me?
Yes, ma'am. I can hear you, ma'am. Do you have any presentation, ma'am?
Yes, I have a presentation, but I'm having some technical issues. Would you kindly allow me like 2 minutes? I set up the laptop, then I'll
Oh, take your
right
time.
now I'm using my phone. I was logged in using my laptop, but you could not hear me. So just a moment as I set the system. Kindly apologies for that.
Take your time. Otherwise, you can continue without the presentation. Our audience will hear the presentation by your speech. Which one you prefer, ma'am? Hello, ma'am.
Hello to you.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, are you uploading the presentation?
Okay, just a moment. I want to share.
The sound system from your laptop. There is some noise from your laptop. Please mute your laptop, ma'am.
Okay, then would you kindly share for me, maybe from your side? Let me see whether I can be able to share from the laptop as I use my phone for audio. Just a moment.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. So are you able to see my screen? Hello?
Ma'am, please make it fully screen. We can see the presentation. Okay, ma'am. Okay. It is a full screen. Ma'am, then the stage is yours. You can continue your presentation.
Okay, thank you very much for this opportunity. Apologies for the technical hitch. Once again, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all of you. I'm going to do a presentation that is entitled Reading Comprehension Instruction Reimagined and through Interactive Technologies. I am Lilian Mandila, calling in from Kenya. So, just a brief biography of who I am. I am a Kenyan literary development enthusiast with an over 10 years teaching experience. And I also pride myself in having undertaken numerous volunteer activities around good health and well-being, quality education, gender equality, and climate action. So let's see what we are going to look at in this particular presentation. Uh, First of all, I want you to be aware that this presentation is based on a study that I carried out with regards to the enhancing of the instruction of reading comprehension skills. So we look at the definition of terms, the rationale of the study, significance, background, the key question, the study context, methodology used, the interactive technology, findings, recommendations, and finally the conclusion. So as we go on with this webinar, I want to make you hold me accountable for the fact that this is going to be one of the best, most eye-opening presentation that you will ever experience, because I'm not going to hold anything back with regards to reimagining the instruction of reading comprehension skills using interactive technologies. Secondly, you're also going to learn immediately applicable, faster, smarter, and easier way to enhance learners' reading comprehension skills using interactive technologies. However, I also wish to caution you that the use of interactive technologies to teach reading comprehension is not a panacea for reading comprehension instructional problems. So if we want to enhance our learners' reading comprehension skills effectively, we will be required to use various teaching and learning strategies in a consistent manner. So let us delve into the key definitions in this particular study. The first one is reading comprehension, and it was defined as the understanding, interpretation, and evaluation of written texts. Secondly is the term interactive technologies. Although we have several definitions of this term, in this study, interactive technologies was used to refer to systems that enable the user to enter into some sort of dialogue with the material and the information presented. You would be interested in knowing why I decided to carry out this particular study. First of all, I had a strong desire to improve my instruction of reading comprehension because looking at my experience as a learner, I quite did not understand well when my teachers were taking me through reading comprehension skills, because most of the time it was just reading exercises, then maybe dealing with a few vocabulary items. Then also my experience during my pre-service training, during the 4 years training, there is no single day I was taught how to teach reading comprehension. So I was really curious to know if there was another way I would use to teach reading comprehension. Secondly, my undertaking of teacher professional development course, that is a master's degree in language and literacy education, opened me up to reflective practice. And it is during these reflective activities that I actually reflected on my teaching practice. And I discovered that I had a gap in the instruction of reading comprehension skills. And therefore, I needed to do something to enhance my teaching skills. And also during this professional development, I was introduced to different ways of teaching. That is a teaching strategy called multimodality. And in this case, I thought use of interactive technologies would support the notion of multimodality, hence the study. And lastly, I also find out that we have very little literature that talks about how learners' reading comprehension skills could be enhanced by use of interactive technologies. This study is going to be important, or it is an important study because, first of all, it has really helped me to enhance my reading comprehension instruction. And I also want to believe, as I share the study findings, it is also going to help other teachers out there to enhance their reading comprehension instruction. Also, this study bridges the knowledge gap that exists with regards to reading comprehension instruction using interactive technologies. Lastly, the study enhances teaching practice, and because through this sharing right now, majority of teachers around the world are going to get practical insights on how to actually use interactive technologies to enhance learners' reading comprehension skills. We are all aware that English language is a very important language, and it is one of the most used global languages. And that fact remains even in Kenya. In our Kenyan system, English language is being used as a national language, an examination language. It is also being used as a library language, besides it being taught as a subject, in fact, a compulsory subject from early years to university level. So having looked at that fact, it remains a fact that these learners have to be exposed thoroughly to the English language for them to actually acquire it. So from a very tender age, learners in the Kenyan education system are being exposed to the English language either directly or indirectly. And because of this, it is expected that these learners possess top-notch reading comprehension skills because of these multiple exposures. However, it has come to the realization of many education stakeholders in Kenya that despite these multiple exposures, either directly or indirectly, learners are still exhibiting some deficiency in reading comprehension skills. And this problem is not a Kenyan problem only. If we consider a study that was done by the World Bank and UNESCO in October 2019, they came up with a new metric to measure the learning of reading comprehension, and they termed it learning poverty. According to this metric, it highlighted that 53% of all children in low and middle income countries were not able to read an age-appropriate text with comprehension by age 10. So this is something that should worry us so much. First of all, as a country, Kenya, and also as a globe. And this factor or this issue is even made worse or was made worse by the COVID-19 pandemic. Looking at a UNESCO report, it is estimated that more than 100 million children are under the minimum reading proficiency level. So we should be worried because while we have looked at reading comprehension skill as just an academic skill that learners need for academic performance in school, it has to be made aware that reading comprehension is actually a survival skill that we need to have in our personal, professional, and academic lives. It therefore becomes very difficult for us to operate as social beings and also even be able to solve the current problems that we are having as a world if we don't understand what we are learning. Therefore, since reading comprehension remains one of the most crucial abilities to master and practice in our lives, there is need to adopt a teaching and learning strategy that stimulates learners' reading comprehension skills. And that is why I decided to try out the use of interactive technologies. So, what was the main question in this study? I wanted to find out how interactive technologies could be used to enhance learners' reading comprehension skills. Okay. So several literature materials are available on the use of constructivist learning theory, a theory that was used to base this study on. This theory was advanced by scholars like Brunner and Dewey, and it is based on two ideas. Number one, that learning is an active process, and number two, prior knowledge normally influences the acquisition of new knowledge. As we look at learning as an active process, it is projected, or it is advanced, that we have to have some 7 pedagogical goals being met for learning to be said to have been an active process. These goals include allowing students to determine how learning should occur, providing exposure to and appreciation for a variety of viewpoints, situating learning in authentic context, promoting participation and ownership in the process of learning, incorporating learning into social experiences, promoting utilization of various representational modes, and creating awareness about knowledge construction. For these pedagogical goals to actually be effectively attained, efficient teaching and learning approaches are supposed to be used so that they help in the attainment of such like goals. The universal design for learning approach, propagated by Myers and Rose in 1990s, lends itself into constructive notion of learning as an active process by supporting the pedagogical goal number 6 that supports the use of multiple modes. This universal design for learning approach is hinged on 3 principles. The first one is the principle of multiple means of presentation, meaning that learners are drawn from they have diverse abilities and they come from diverse places. And therefore, we have to use different means of presenting ideas and content for them to actually get it. Then, secondly, we have the principle of multiple means of expression. Different learners have got different ways of expressing the way they learn, and therefore they should be given this opportunity. And lastly, we have the principle of multiple means of engagement. Different learners engage differently with given types of content. So these 3 principles have to be met for there to be active learning. Therefore, the study smoothly lends itself to the constructivist theory as well as the UDL approach, because the use of interactive technologies in the teaching and learning of reading comprehension responds to the 6th pedagogical goal and principles of UDL. Several studies have suggested that use of interactive technologies improves learners' choices, thinking and understanding of content, as well as enhancing their motivation and engagement. So how was this study conducted? I used a qualitative approach because it helped me obtain an in-depth understanding of students' experiences in learning reading comprehension and how interactive technologies affected their understanding of the reading comprehension content. Also, the qualitative approach allowed me to use multiple data collection methods such as interviews, observation, document analysis, and the focused group discussion. And lastly, since I was undertaking an action research design, a qualitative approach lent itself to the design as it emphasized my role in the research process. An action research design was used because, remember, I began by saying that I had a strong desire to improve my practice when it came to reading comprehension instruction. And it is only through an action research design that I got an opportunity to actually interrogate my teaching of reading comprehension skills. The study context. The study was carried out in Taita Taveta County in rural Coast Province of Kenya in a girls' secondary school of a student population of 430. It took place in a second year class of secondary school. The learners were aged between 14 to 15 years, and the class population was 29 students. Now, remember, the main question was, how could I use interactive technologies to enhance learners' reading comprehension skills? So here is the answer. I discovered that we have a software that is called Flip Snack. This software has been there for some time. When you go to Google and just search for Flip Snack, you'll be able to find it there. And in most cases, it has been used to create flip books, catalogs, and some other things. But I thought, how about using it to teach learners reading comprehension skills? Because remember, I've talked about the use of constructivism, where multiple means of presentation are supposed to be used, multiple means of engagement and expression as advanced by UDL as well is supposed to be done. So looking at this FlipSnack software, I discovered that it would allow me use three modes at the same time. First of all, I would be able to use text. Secondly, I would be able to use pictures. And lastly, I would be able to use videos on the same interface for learners to actually enhance or deepen their uptaking of reading comprehension skills. So how did I go about it? I had to adapt the content that was already existing. So I went to our Form 2 English course book. I picked out one reading comprehension from that particular text. I retyped it on the FlipSnack software. After retyping it, I had to go look for photos that matched whatever some text was talking about, as well as look for some videos that would complement whatever information some text was saying. So after doing that, I made a presentation in class and allowed learners to actually interact with the content. I had a few learners, like 15 of them, reading through the content, while others were trying to draw the relationship between the photos and the videos that they would see on the interface. So this is just a sample of the interactive flipbook that I was able to create. So the comprehension passage was entitled How I Survived Drug Abuse. So this is a cover page. There is a photo that I've used there. Then we have text. Then we have sample videos there. Looking at the course book, I discovered that in the entire comprehension passage, there is only one photo that had been used or diagram that had been used. And I felt that this could not actually help learners to enhance their understanding of that particular text. So with this interactive flipbook, learners were actually able to interact with the words as they also see photos that complement those words, and at the same time, they were able to see videos that were complementing the words. So after using that FlipSnack interactive flipbook, what did I find out? I found out that there were some factors that supported my ability to use that particular interactive flipbook, I mean. First of all, was the availability of technological resources in the research context, and at the same time, learner interests. So before the study, I had an interview with the learners where they wrote down various methods that they would have really loved their teachers to use in the teaching of reading comprehension. So actually in this implementation, I was just trying to try out some of the methods that the learners had suggested. And also, we have the issue of teacher agency. I was eager to come up with a way of enhancing my teaching of reading comprehension. And I was also able to juggle around the use of technology. I had earlier on mentioned about my professional development and how it enabled me come up with this particular study. Then looking at the syllabus and the teacher's guide, it had suggested that teachers were at liberty to come up with other teaching and learning strategies that would enhance learners' reading comprehension skills. At the same time, I also found out that we had some obstacles in the use of the interactive flip books in the teaching and learning of reading comprehension. First of all, was the issue of unreliable technology. For instance, in the study context, we had Wi-Fi, which was unreliable. So at some point, we could not actually do much because of that. Time was also another issue. This process was very involving, and I had very little time to actually finish the whole research process. Another obstacle is teacher preparation. Remember, I mentioned that in my pre-service training, I was not taught how to teach reading comprehension, neither was I taught how to use interactive technologies. So it becomes a barrier to teachers maybe who have not had any professional development. And sometimes the obstacles will be the unwillingness of teachers. Sometimes you'd find that the technological resources are there, but teachers are actually not willing to try out other methods of teaching, like use of interactive technologies, citing so many other reasons. I also find out that, therefore, teachers were the weakest link in learners' acquisition of reading comprehension skills when it comes to the use of interactive technologies because of inadequate preparation and also unwillingness. So, how did this interactive flip book enhance learners' reading comprehension skills? It was noted that it increased learners' motivation and engagement. During the presentation, engaged learners in some oral questions, and I can actually say that these learners' motivation levels were top notch. I had done some other lessons using other methods before using the interactive flip book. Their response was not as much as what I experienced when using the interactive flip book. Similarly, learners' autonomy was also enhanced because after doing a presentation, I also taught them how to create a flip book, and this therefore now made the learners independent so that in future they could also come up with their own interactive flip books on their given comprehension choices. And then learners reported to have deepened the understanding of reading comprehension skills. There is one learner that said that actually she had really understood the comprehension well as compared to the use of other methods of teaching. There was a colleague teacher that I was working with, and she also said that using of an interactive flip book helped even the slow learners to quickly grasp the comprehension ideas. Similarly, learners were able to discover that they learned in different ways. Others discovered that they learned well by use of pictures, others by use of pictures combined with words, others by use of videos. So they discovered so many things about their learning styles. And using that interactive flip book, I also projected some different types of drugs that I use. So these learners were able to learn some new other things that they had not been exposed to. Then the use of this interactive flip book, increases availability of study materials. Remember initially that reading comprehension on how I survived drug abuse could only be found in a Form 2 course book. Right now, a learner can easily access it on the interactive flip book. During the COVID-19 pandemic, I had an opportunity of engaging in some online teaching of English. And during an entire period of almost 2 months during that season, we were not able to teach learners reading comprehension because somehow we just did not know how to do it. But I want to believe with this interactive flip book, it is now easy for teachers to engage in distance and e-learning, especially of reading comprehension. So from the study, teachers are advised to enhance exposure of learners to reading comprehension, and more so by use of interactive technologies. And also, the curriculum supervisors are supposed to ensure that we have efficient ICT resources in the schools, and these resources actually should be working. For curriculum developers, they have to incorporate the use of interactive technologies in the syllabus. For teacher training, they actually have to teach teachers how to teach reading comprehension, and especially using interactive technologies. So in a nutshell, this presentation or study was actually focusing on how we could reimagine the instruction of reading comprehension skills by using interactive technologies. And we have found out that it is actually possible to use interactive technologies to teach reading comprehension by use of interactive flip books. And I've given an example of a software called FlipSnack. Interactive technologies have been discovered to enhance learners' motivation and engagement, deepen learners' acquisition of reading comprehension skills, as well as enhance their autonomy and development of new learning. So in conclusion, as teachers, as language teachers, especially teachers of reading comprehension, it is upon us to continue looking at new ways of enhancing our learners' reading comprehension skills. So thank you very much. So thank you. Hello. Hello. Okay, thank you.
ma'am, is the presentation is over? Hello, ma'am.
Hello to you, ma'am.
Ma'am, the presentation is over?
Yes, thank you. Thank you for your time. I'm done with the presentation.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for a rich content presentation which can impact our knowledge seeker should. After your presentation, I hope our knowledge seeker can learn something new, which was our only intention. Learn and go together, IGP knowledge seeker. Once again, thank you so much, ma'am, for your presentation. Now, ma'am, it's time for a question answer session, which is the one more valuable part of our regular webinar. Honorable ma'am, please stay with us. After a short video, we will be back in our session part 2, which is the question answer part. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. Welcome back, ma'am. Welcome back to our participant. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. Ma'am, our first question is from Kingway. Apart from Flipness, do we have other software that can be used in reading comprehension?
Okay, thank you so much, Kiangwe Isaiah, for the question and also being part of this particular webinar. I have not interacted with other softwares for the Flipbook softwares, but I want to believe that now that I was able to use a Flipbook software to enhance the teaching and reading of reading comprehension, I want to believe that those other softwares that we might have out there, the Flipbook softwares, can also be made in such a way that learners can learn reading comprehension from them. So thank you for the question. Hello, ma'am. Thank you for the question.
Sir?
Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your answer. Ma'am, there is no
Yeah.
more questions from our participants. So once again, thank you so much, ma'am, for your time in IGP. We have learned a lot from you with new topic. It will add some value to our day-to-day activity along with our academic and professional growth. Honorable ma'am, hope to see you again with a new topic and a new date. Thank you, ma'am. Take care.
Okay. Thank you very much, IGP, for giving me yet another opportunity for me to share the knowledge that I have and also learn during the sharing process. So thank you very much.
Welcome, ma'am. Honorable ma'am, before we move to the next, if you want to leave this studio, you can. Dear IGP Knowledge is time for the webinar certification process, the most attractive and powerful part of our regular webinar. After a short video, we will start our webinar certification. Dear IGP Knowledge is time for the webinar certification process, the most attractive and powerful part of our regular webinar. After a short video, we will start our webinar certification. Certification process. Visit www.edioigp.com. Please make sure your presence on our website. Find a learning session and get enrolled. After watching part 1, click to the next to visit the learning test passing mark 80%. If pass, back to the course again to download your certificate. If fail, to retake the quiz. Download your certificate in PDF or JPG. Dear IGP Knowledge Seeker, for your attention, I am going to share the procedure again. Visit www.edioigp.com. Please make sure your presence on our website. Find a learning session and get enrolled. After watching completing part 1, move to the next user learning test passing mark 80%. If pass, back to the course again to download your certificate. If fail, to retake the quiz, download your certificate in PDF or JPG. At the end of our session, we have properly feed your skill. Never stop learning, cause life never stop teaching us. Be happy, stay safe. See you again and again. We want your participation in every program. If you want to live a happy life, try to a goal, not a people or things. Albert Einstein. Before I say or hit the like button, I again want to thank all IGP knowledge seekers for your active participation as always. See you again in the next session. Thank you.